Hey guys, it's Sloan. It's been a while. School's hard. I'll just put it like that. College, hard. But this video is going to be about me and my bestie doing headcanons for the Love and Deepspace boys. I did fall back into the hole of Love and Deepspace heavily. I mean, like, heavily. It has impacted my life way too much, to the point that I can't stop thinking about it, and I'm constantly coming up with headcanons with my best friend. So this video is going to be probably more of a podcast style video. So sit back and enjoy, get some food, put it in the background when you're doing something, like eating, cleaning, I don't know, doing homework, but enjoy.
Should we talk about the context of...
Yeah.
Should we talk about the lore of...
I was thinking of, like, talking about how you got into it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that needs to be there. Like, it needs to be known I do not play the game.
Okay, so my good old buddy pal, my bestie, a straight cis white man.
That is me. Sorry to disappoint.
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck I'm best friends with him, too.
Yeah, I don't either. I think about that sometimes. I'm like, how?
But I started playing Lads in March of, like, the release. Like, the year it released.
Last year, yeah.
Like, last year. And I didn't know that I played, like, close to the release date. And I played it, and then I went back to school for college, and I stopped playing for, like, about 2 months.
Guys, watch the other video on the channel for the context.
Yeah,
of
watch the video
Love and
that I
Deepspace
made
obsession.
about Lads.
It's a fire video. There's going to be a little pop-up right now. Click on it. Pop-up. Now it's gone.
And,
it's gone. It's gone forever.
And that was when there was only 3 guys. And when there wasn't a lot of lore, and I didn't understand the lore as well. And it was a lot more simple time. The fandom was very small. This was before Silas came out. I reviewed it. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna get like crazy obsessed with it because it's like it's a big gacha game. Like I don't like gambling. So, but I took a break for 2 months. I didn't play for like 2 months, and then I started playing at the end of my 10-week quarter of college, and I saw the cat event, and that fucking broke me. The fucking cat event broke me. I saw Raphael as a fucking cat boy, and I went, yeah, I need that. I was like, yeah, I need that. And I paid money. I broke my free-to-play and paid money for the fucking cat.
That was the one that broke you.
That's the bit that broke me.
Context. I also did not know she played said game until this point, when she got Silas and she called me freaking out saying, I got the Mafia Boss cat card. And I said, what are you talking about? And then she explained this game to me, and I said, I don't get it, but okay. I was like, I don't understand what's going on right now.
At the time, I didn't really like Silas. Like, so stupid. But I started slowly talking more about it, and then it was like around Christmas time, I guess. It was like the winter months.
The event that really got me like listening was Silas's myth. When you were like, yeah, he's a dragon, and I was like, say more, do tell. He's like, a dragon.
I started slowly explaining the lore to my buddy.
Yeah.
And he was like,
I'm interested in this. Tell me more.
I'm getting slowly more interested into this lore. And then Dragon Silas came. And then I didn't like Silas either. But I was like, Dragon Silas looks really fucking cool. And I tried my darnest to get it. I remember I was grinding that game out for like how long of it? Like 2 weeks every
Dude, it was
single
the whole event, yeah.
And
That
I managed to only spend about $32 for that.
That was really the event that you started talking to me about it, because you were like, legitimately every time we'd call, you'd be gambling, and I'd be like, what are you doing?
I was trying like my hardest to not spend a lot of money for the myths, and I managed to not spend a lot because I knew I didn't have a lot saved because I wasn't planning on pulling for Silas, and then I was like, no, this looks really good. Because this is when I started really liking Silas. Raphael, my number one in my heart still. Raphael, don't worry, baby girl. I'm just talking about the lore of the game. Yeah, that's the event that like broke me. And then the sex cards came.
The sex cards happened, and we spent our New Year's Eve watching Raphael. Was it Raphael? Or was it Silas's?
It was
Silas's
card.
Sex card.
I want to spend my own time looking at Raphael's because I was like, I need alone time with Raphael's. Don't think I was actually gooning to it, but I was like, I need my own special time with Raphael's. I don't need someone to be yapping in the corner, laughing at it.
I remember it was midnight, and you called me, and you were like, I got it, and I was like, what are you talking about? And you're like, I got Silas's sex card, and I said, I want to see it right now. That sounds really funny, and that's how I spent New Year's Eve. Watching
we spent New
Silas
Year's Eve
go to Pound Town with the MC.
Yeah, going to Pound Town. Oh my god.
Happened. And then I got hooked. And I was like, who is this Caleb guy?
Dude,
this guy seems mentally unwell and very interesting.
Caleb is what broke you. Caleb
is what broke me.
Caleb broke you.
Caleb is where I went from like listening to you talk about it and being like, yeah, okay, to like, tell me more.
Yeah, you were.
Tell me more about this mentally unstable pilot who blew up, who's also your brother. We don't talk about it. We don't talk about that part. We don't talk about it.
They're childhood friends.
We don't talk about it. We don't talk about it. We don't talk about that part.
We don't talk about that part. We don't talk about it. I like the thing that like to like Americanize it, Westernize it. It was like, he is just my childhood friend that we grew up really close together. He's just my childhood friend. We grew up really close though. In the same room.
And we lived together house. And our grandma also adopted both of us. Don't think about it. Don't think about it.
Think about it though. Yeah.
Caleb
I think it's order against all of them. My thing with this game, all the characters are morally gray. They're not perfectly good, perfect
They're
human
not good
beings.
people, no.
And if they were perfect human beings, they would be boring and uninteresting. So let's keep that. In fact, use your media literacy, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Zane.
Zane's your best bet for the most husband material guy. Awesome.
I see that happen.
Anyway, I guess like what happened at the end of the day between me and my buddy, getting my straight cis white male best friend into the game was Caleb's existence.
I got hooked,
really
man. I got hooked.
The lore's good. The story's good.
I like the lore. I like the story. And then it only went downhill from there because then more stuff came out and it was so cool. Zane with a blicky, oh my god, show me more. Raphael is a huge mermaid and he's got Jinshi hair. Please show more.
Oh my god. Oh, so basically for this video, guys, we are doing headcanons for the lads, guys, because we very much often, all the time, do headcanons.
We bring these up as jokes a lot. It'll be like Xavier takes stinky poos.
Like it'll be like a stupid joke, like
yeah.
Like the what's a good one? What's a good one? It's usually about Xavier.
Like our favorite, like for example, we saw a TikTok of a guy just absolutely throwing it back, and we were like, Raphael would do this. This is what Raphael would be doing this in the club. Raphael would go to a club and he would absolutely demolish that shit on the dance floor. Anyway, headcanons. We talk about these a lot. Let's
start with like video games and movies. So we discussed that Zane doesn't really have a lot of time to consume.
He's a busy guy. He's a doctor. He's curing cancer and he's doing other things.
Exactly.
I don't know what he really gets up to.
He hangs out with kids a lot in the hospital. Yeah. He likes to hang out with them, be nice, give them toys, you know. He's a good guy.
That is canon, right? That he hangs out with.
That is canon. There was a text conversation between him and the MC, and he was like, the little kid was like, "Can you get me a cake or something?" Like, it was so silly.
Yeah, love you. You're great.
But he does take care of the kids at the hospital, and I assume he watches a lot of kids television.
Loves kids movies and TV. Because there's a bunch of kids around. I mean, it makes sense, you know. That there's always movies and TV shows in the rooms and whatever's going on.
Exactly.
So I bet he was like, "Damn, Lion King, that's really good."
Like, I bet he watched like Bluey and was like, "This is fucking fire."
He's the type of guy you ask him his favorite movie and you're expecting some like really old, obscure French black and white film, and he's like, "Oh no, Elf. I really like Elf." You know?
I really like the movie Frozen.
Like, have you guys seen Detective Pikachu?
It's really fucking good.
It's really good. He'd be a brony.
He would be a secret brony, and he would love Twilight Sparkle.
I respect it. I think another obvious one. Caleb would love the MCU.
Caleb would love the MCU.
Caleb would
fucking be like that too.
He'd watch The Winter Soldier and he'd be like, "That's literally me." He'd love the MCU. He'd love Spider-Man. He'd be a big Spider-Man fan.
I always imagine Caleb to be kind of like the classic kind of guy when it comes to nerdy stuff. Yeah. Loving the MCU, loves Star Wars.
Big Lego fan.
Big Lego fan. Because, I mean, he loves making, putting together model airplanes. Yeah. Who says he wouldn't fucking love Legos?
Legos, yeah, he'd love Legos. He'd love the Lego Batman movie.
Oh my god, yes.
He'd be like, "I love that movie. It's so good." No, he'd be fucking obsessed with the MCU. It just makes sense in my head. I see him being a big fan of Spider-Man. And again, maybe I'm projecting because I love Spider-Man.
I mean, there's so much fan art of him as Spider-Man. Like, it makes sense.
Yeah. He watched 2022's The Batman, and he was like, "Hell yeah, that's awesome."
Like, I definitely think, like, in childhood, he forced the MC to watch, like, all the MCU movies with him. And, like, I definitely think that's, like, a canon experience. Because I imagine the MC with Caleb, if it was, like, MC and Caleb route, her to be a bit more tomboyish, just from the fact that she grew up with him.
Just from the fact that he's there. Yeah.
And, I definitely think she has a lot of his interest as well. When it comes to boy media,
Yeah.
Like,
big
classic teenage boy kind of interest. I feel like he just has that classic. He's the classic dude.
Caleb is the type of guy that if you said, "What's your favorite Star Wars movie?" he would go, "Well, which trilogy are we talking about? And are we?" He's like, "I'm a really big fan of Revenge of the Sith. I'm not a big fan of all the Disney stuff, but it's definitely got some charms. Rogue One was really great, man. That Darth Vader hallway scene was so good." He'd just go on and on about Star Wars. Like, he'd just be the type of guy to just fucking yap about the MCU. He'd be like, he'd know all the Easter eggs. He'd be like, he'd just know it all. He'd just know it all. He'd have very strong opinions on whether you were Team Iron Man or Team Cap in Captain America Civil War, Yeah, I know. He would. Another obvious one is Raphael loves, like, anime and, like, reality TV.
I think Raphael would love animation, just in general.
Yeah.
I think he would love Studio Ghibli. I think he would really appreciate, like, the art form of it. And, like, I think Raphael's such an artistic guy. I think he would be a little bit more underground with his taste with, like, film and media when it comes to stuff he actually really likes. But I think there's an other side to him when it's, like, just him and the MC. Because canonically, he enjoys a lot of MC's hobbies and stuff because of the MC. Yeah. He would never get into it otherwise, only for the MC's enjoyment. Yeah. So I think if MC was playing Love Island or, like, Dance Moms or, like, a reality TV show, he would walk in and be like, "This is stupid. This is so fucking stupid." And then he would stand there and continue watching it and be like, "Wait, she fucking said that? She's insane.
She fucking said that.
Oh my god, I can't believe Abby Lee Miller came up to her face and started trying to bite her finger off,"
Yeah, he'd get really into that.
Anyway.
He would get really into that for no reason. He'd be like, "This is stupid," and then he'd be like, "I love this. I would die for this." He'd get really into MILF Manor. He'd be like, "MILF Manor."
You ever watch the TV show where this random guy pretended to be Prince?
Oh my god, dude! I Want to Marry Harry. Yes.
12 single girls looking for love. I'm here to get me my Prince Charming and my happy ending.
They think they're dating the world's most eligible bachelor, Prince Harry of Wales, fourth in line to the throne.
That's Prince Harry. He's Prince Harry, and I know it.
But he's not really a prince. This is Matt.
I'm just a normal guy. It can be disappointing when girls realize that I'm not Prince Harry and then they show no more interest.
He's hoping one of them will love him for the man he really is.
Wow, they are 12 fantastic women who are frankly all beautiful and way out of my league.
Oh my god, that show where they gaslit people into thinking they were getting into a relationship with Prince Harry.
We watched an episode for it.
We did watch it. It was just fucking tragic because it was just these poor women.
Fucking did a backflip on the boat and then absolutely ate.
Slammed her head onto the. There's a clip of it.
Put yourself on any of these.
Ready?
Are you sure? I really don't feel safe about this.
I got it.
Are you okay?
The stuff that he would watch compared to the stuff that he and MC would watch are very different.
Yeah, it's very different. Like, I think he would definitely love watching good animated films.
Yeah.
More experimental film.
Yeah.
I think he would like more underground. I think he would be an A24 fan. I think
he goes to like those film festivals.
Yeah, he would fuck up a film festival. I don't think he would like the prestigiousness of a film festival. I think he would go because he knew a guy. He knew a bud.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've also, we were talking about this too, of like, headcanon, he animated like a movie at some point just because he was bored.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm bored and I want to do something with my art, so I'm going to animate a movie. And here we go.
Yeah.
He was like, it's like a 10-minute short film that he animated with like a buddy of his, you know?
Yeah, it would be like a multimedia type.
Yeah,
short
yeah.
film. I definitely see him as like a background artist or something. Because
Yeah.
his artwork in the game is very like.
Yeah.
What's the? I keep forgetting the words to describe his artwork, but
What's the word?
I definitely see him doing fucking background art, like watercolor type background art, like in like a Studio Ghibli film.
Yeah.
I definitely think. I definitely think he's more of a multifaceted type person when it comes to art. I mean, canonically, I believe he was an opera singer.
Yeah.
He's talented in multiple ways. Lemurians themselves are just more artistically inclined, like a civilization. But
I like to imagine Xavier really loves like Smiling Friends.
Oh.
And like those like stupid ass. He really liked BoJack Horseman, and like Smiling Friends, and like Rick and Morty or something.
Why do I feel like he would actually like that?
He would like that, and then he would also love like old movies. Like he'd be a really big fan of like The Terminator, and like Jaws. Yeah.
I don't think he would like old sci-fi films because I think he would be like, this is not accurate.
I feel like
from the future.
I feel like he'd see one though, and it would be this really niche, like sci-fi movie this guy made in his garage, and he was like, "That guy got it right. I like
That
this movie. Guy got it right."
With that one.
Yeah, but no, he would fucking love like just the stuff that you can kind of put on and turn your brain off to.
I just got an idea. I think he would love watching like cooking shows.
Oh my god!
And then he would try to like replicate what he's
try to follow it live.
And like absolutely burnt down the shit
god.
in his kitchen.
Yes.
Oh my god. I just imagine him watching like Bobby Flay and be like, I got it.
Yeah. He's a big fan of oh my god, what the fuck is that guy's name?
Gordon Ramsay.
No, Diners, Drive-In, and Dives guy.
Oh my god, Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri. He loves Guy Fieri.
Oh my god, he loves cooking shows.
Yeah, he's bad at it, but he likes it. No, I just love to imagine him watching a Smiling Friends episode going like, you know, just laughing to himself.
I feel like he would watch the Greatest Baker show, like Greatest.
Oh yeah, Great British Bake Off.
Background while he's on his balcony listening to the birds and like drinking coffee or something.
Yeah.
I feel like he would listen and watch those kind of shows like in the morning, you know?
Yeah.
Like with the MC, they would watch like Smelly Friends. or like Rick and Morty. And
Yeah, those stupider shows, stupider cartoons.
like those really
yeah.
dumb shows.
I also like to imagine he's a big fan of like he puts on like Bob Ross type, where it's just like nothing, like it's just like a guy painting, and he's like, I want to just watch this guy paint.
Yeah,
Here you go, paint Bob, paint Robert.
I don't think he would be pretty prestigious or like pretentious about what he watches. I think.
Oh no, yeah.
He's a lot more chill. I feel like he would put on like YouTube lo-fi beats and then like call it. Like I don't think he watches like.
He's definitely a doom scroller.
Would watch a lot of movies, but they're not like serious. I feel like he would watch like a rom-com and be fine with it. You know, like it's not like.
He seems like a doom scroller.
Yeah, he does come off as a doom scroller. And the thing with Raphael, he is canonically a doom scroller.
Yeah.
Raphael fucking, oh my god, speaking of which, the headcanon that he buys shit off of Temu and stuff, because like, there is a 4-star memory, I believe, where it's like canon that he buys a bunch of weird shit off of online. That's and then he's like, I thought of you and I bought this for you. And it's like a fucking...
It's a shower curtain with a shark on
it. Or it's like a toilet seat cover. Like a toilet seat cover. And like, and the MC's like, thanks.
I like to imagine it gets to a point where he bought so much shit he forgot what he's already bought for her. So he's like repeated ads before.
Yeah, because
she's got like 6 toilet seat covers.
He's a very cluttered person. Like the MC does come over often to like help organize shit or like go through his shit and like help him clean. And like,
messy, man.
Like you're a messy man, and he definitely orders a bunch of useless shit.
Yeah,
I would imagine Xavier would buy a bunch of useless shit, but he's more like he would thrift like a fucking like a really like old CD player, like because in the time period, like CDs and shit are like, why would you fucking own that? Like, it's canon that he owns like an old pair of keys and like a CD player or vintage things. DVD. Like he would have a lot of vintage stuff, and that goes into the thought process that he collects vintage video games, like you said.
Yes. Oh my god, I love the idea that he's like, I got a pristine in-box original Super Mario for the NES. And she goes like, why? He's like, it's cool. Wanted it. I wanted one. I like to imagine he's got a lot of other, like a DVD collection and like a old, like, I don't know, like comic book collection and like video games and just shit like that. Just like old, like, just old vintage things that he's like, oh, I like this. I liked this.
Like he has the GameCube, you know?
Yeah,
like
I liked this stuff when it was relevant.
He's got like the DS.
For a gazillion years.
He's got all that stuff. I definitely feel like, because like he does play video games with the MC and he's like really fucking good at them too.
Yeah.
I would imagine that like at like an old vintage arcade, he would get like fucking like god level of good at like this old fucking niche ass arcade.
Oh yeah, he's definitely a regular at the local arcade.
And like, you know, like the like tier list of people, like he would be like #1 player, like fucking
the leaderboards,
or, like fucking Lumiere.
Yeah. I think also we talked yesterday that Silas is the only person who still uses cable.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine he's too like.
Would cable exist even for them?
I mean, he'd be like one of 3 people who has it in the whole city.
Like in the N109.
Yeah. They're like technically we can't cancel it because people still pay for it.
Yeah.
I like to imagine he pays like way more money for it than he should, or else it'll go out of business. He's like, here's the $1,000 for cable. But I like to imagine he's a big form of physical media. You know, he's got DVDs and vinyls, and you know, he buys box sets of fucking seasons of TV shows. It's like, why do you still buy that?
Yeah, he would buy like the entirety of The Office.
Yeah. He's a big physical media fan. And I guess that kind of goes back to his whole dragon thing of like collecting shit.
Yeah, he's a dragon. They like collecting things. They like collecting things they find pretty. Well, Silas does collect a lot of vinyl records. He listens to classical music. He's a very classical guy. He's a classy, sleek,
he's a classy fella
guy, and I think he would be one of those guys that like there's like one of these in the entire world and he would have it. You know?
Yeah.
Like
It also
like
helps that he's
the
stupid
guy when he
rich.
collects physical media. Whereas like Xavier, he's a bit more chill about it, I would feel like. But like Silas has it.
Isn't he also like broke? Xavier.
He has enough money. He has like it's like a penthouse. His apartment's like a penthouse.
Yeah. But no,
he's definitely got some savings. I don't know.
Silas definitely loves physical media. You know, he's got fucking VHS and, you know, cassette tapes and vinyls and DVDs and, you know, whatever.
And like alongside, he's got the armory and stuff. Like I definitely think he would be the kind of guy that would like encourage MCs like collecting habits.
Yeah.
Because he always, not to get horny or anything, you know, the fucking people headcanon Zayn as a brat tamer. I think.
Okay.
I think.
You go on.
Silas would be the opposite of a brat tamer.
Or he'd encourage it.
He would encourage it.
Jesus Christ.
He would encourage behavior because his whole
turn.
thing as the dragon is
Yeah.
to make her be greedy and make her consume to like desires and stuff. And I think he would help her collect her stuff more often.
Yeah.
I think like if MC had like a weird niche collecting like collection of something, like I'm just gonna throw one out.
she'd be like, yeah, I collect these like fucking pins, and there's one pin that came out when this thing and this thing, it's like $10 trillion, and he'd be like, I'll buy it for you.
Yeah.
You know, he'd do shit like that.
He would be really into Labubus when they get really popular, and he would be like, yeah, I'm buying the
buy
whole
as
thing.
many as you need. Yeah.
Like I'm buying the company. Like
Yeah. This is another thing I meant to say for Xavier, but he's definitely the only person who still goes to midnight releases. Like he'll I don't know, there'll be a video game console and he'll go to like Best Buy and he'll be the only person waiting in line for it, or he'll go to GameStop for the midnight release and there'll be like maybe him and like 2 or 3 other people, and they're like, you here for the new Switch 2? And he's like, yeah. He goes for like physical, like he goes to buy like video games at like an early release. You know, he could just get it online, but he's like, no, I want to be there.
Oh, I know Xavier's pissed about all this stuff about the Switch 2 and not like actually owning your stuff.
Oh yeah, Xavier has opinions about the Switch 2, for sure.
For sure. I think he'd be mad at the Switch 2.
I don't blame him. But yeah, and also Silas. I like the idea of Silas watching Physical Media. I also like the idea of Silas getting really into rom-coms or reality TV, but by complete accident. Like it'd be like when you were like a kid and your mom would be watching like Dr. Phil and you'd be like, I don't care. And then you'd be like, he said what to his mom? And then you'd be like, no, I don't care. And then you'd be like, holy shit, did Dr. Phil just say what I think he just said? And you'd be like, no, I don't care. And then you'll just be like watching, you know, you'd be like, no, I do care.
Silas would love those 30-year-old ongoing soap operas.
Oh my god, he totally would.
He would fucking eat that shit up.
I could see him being, I could see Raphael being very opinionated about Dr. Phil. Raphael definitely tunes into like a Dr. Phil, or like, you know those shows where it's like, you are not the father. Raphael would love that shit.
He'd be like, holy shit!
I could have sworn he was the dad. I think that's the only like that's, because you know we were saying Raphael likes kind of more niche, prestigious things. I imagine that's the only thing he watches by himself. That's not like a cool indie film. It's like Dr. Phil and like Murray and like those shows where it's like, where it's like, he said what now? You know, he just get really into the drama.
Like, cause I feel like Raphael consumes a lot of content that's like outside of his taste for the MC is an enjoyment. I mean, and I think he would get into it as well. Like, I think, and he would actually start liking it.
Yeah.
For her sake.
I mean, wasn't that how he was with the kitty cards?
Yeah, like that's why I always have that idea in my head. That, like, he likes a lot of certain things because of the MC introducing her hobbies to him.
Yeah.
And the kitty card thing is so funny.
Yeah, that's pretty. She
sees her playing kitty cards with Thomas. He's like, I don't want to play that stupid game. And
that's stupid. Dumb.
I kind of want to play it.
I kind of want to play it.
You two are playing cards so loudly that you're disturbing the employees.
What do you mean? Their males are so cute. simply adorable. Go on, don't mind us.
What I mean is I'm about to start painting now. You'll disturb me like this.
There's no place for you to paint here.
No, I'm good. This silly game. It's with a newbie.
You should practice with someone who's very patient with you, such as your bodyguard lady.
You already said that playing with a newbie like me ruins all the fun. I can't ask her.
Is it possible that she doesn't mind? You're learning this to play with her anyways.
Oh my god, how do you think they would play Mario Party?
I think Xavier's the only person who would play Mario Party by himself. Like, I think you'd walk in, and you'd be like, hey, I brought dinner. And he'd be like, oh, okay, give me 1 second, let me pause my game. And he's like, what are you playing? He's like, Mario Party. He's like, oh, is someone here? And he's like, no. He's like, are you playing online with people? No.
No.
He's like, I just like to put the bots on the super hard difficulty and play by myself. And it's like, why? Why? Why would you do that?
Why the fuck would you do
I
that?
think Zane would accidentally be good. I don't think he'd really know what he was doing, because I don't think he'd play a lot of video games. Yeah, I don't think he'd play a lot of video games, but I think he's just so, like, hyper-focused on the things around him that he would just lock in. He would just lock in and get it. It'd be like, there's that game where you have to, like, it's like you trace the little...
Yes, dude.
He'd be like, Zane, what you do?
He's got a steady hand.
Yeah, you just trace this, and he'd be like locked in, and he'd just do it. Like he doesn't play video games. He's too busy for that.
He doesn't get stressed out. He doesn't fumble.
He just fucking locks in and does it. I think Raphael would be.
Raphael would be like me playing the game. I would be bad, and I think
he'd be bad, but I think he'd joke about it. Like I think he'd recognize that he was bad, and he'd be like, "This is a joke. Like I'm playing this as a joke."
He would get mad. He would get so mad.
So?
I honestly think he would get so mad if it was just him and the MC playing. I think he would get so mad at losing. He would be exactly like me.
That's true. Yeah.
Cause like with kitty cards, like while playing kitty cards, he gets so petty playing kitty cards. He gets so pissed. I don't think if all the lads guys were playing together, I think he would be the most mad one in the group.
Do you think he'd be that type of guy though, to like, if he was just one-on-one, he'd get really mad, but if he was like in a group of people, he'd be like, oh no, I don't really care, and then he'd go home and be like, I fucking lost!
Yes!
He'd just start punching the air and start like having a temper tantrum. Like he'd play off in a group of people, but in his head, he'd be fuming.
I think he would be fuming playing with MC and Thomas.
Yeah. Oh, like 100%. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Silas? I think Silas would be good.
I think he'd, I think he'd be fine.
Because Silas is a strategic guy. He's a good gambler. Yeah. He's unlucky. I think he would get really unlucky playing it.
Yeah.
Because he's got that unlucky streak. He's never good at, like, actually getting a good, like, bet or win. I think he would be most likely to lose, but his strategy playing would, like, pull off to a certain extent.
He'd definitely think about it the most.
Yeah, I think he would definitely think about it, but I feel like the people that would like win would be like Xavier and Zane, because I think Zane would just lock the fuck in, and then Xavier's just good at video games. And
do you think Silas would think about it too much that he'd lose?
Yeah.
He would like think about it. He would like plan it out so much that he forgets like this one thing, and he's like, oh shit.
Or I feel like if he was playing with like Luke and Kieran. Yeah. And the MC, because like Luke and Kieran, they're like his sons, you know, like they're like his children. I think he would also entertain the ideas like, I'm just playing video games with my kids, you know. It's family game night, you know, me and my wife and my kids.
Yeah, my wife. Insert that picture of Silas and MC getting married on the steps.
And then they're just sitting there like, wow.
Yeah, we're getting married. I think Caleb would think he's really good, but he'd be bad.
Oh my god, I forgot. Oh my god, I completely forgot about Caleb.
I think Caleb, he would think he was really good. He'd always try to be like, I'm really good at Mario Party, and then he would not win, and he'd be like, fuck. Yeah, it was just a fluke. Like I'll get it next time, and then he wouldn't get it next time.
I think if it was just Caleb and MC, he would be the number one player.
Oh, of course. Yeah, everything that they do is on his account, and he's player one. Yeah,
he's player one, MC's always player two. Not to make it like a sibling dynamic, but that's That's literally them, though. I'm sorry.
That is literally them.
That's literally how they would do it. He would always be player one. I think he would be better than the MC because of the older sibling kind of dynamic. But like in like group settings with the boys or something, or like
with the fellas. What would happen with Caleb is they would get Mario Party, and he would like pass it off. It's like, well, we're just gonna have some fun.
Yeah.
And then he would lose, and then he'd be like, no big deal. It happens sometimes. And then she would go to bed, and he would play all night, all the mini games. He would get really good, and then he would still like lose.
How I imagine this scenario is that it's like the MC gets Mario Party, and she's like, "Oh my god, do you remember when we were playing this as kids on the Wii? Like this. Oh my god, this is gonna be so much fun. Let's play around tonight and like have a fun game night." They play it. He fucking eats shit. It's so bad. After MC goes to bed, he fucking starts playing the shit out of the minigame. Yeah. He starts fucking strategizing, and then the next time they play, he absolutely is like god tier level of good now.
Oh my god.
He would be annoying about it.
I bet he'd be really bad at Mario Kart though.
Spending habits. I put that down. I think what their spending habits would be like. We already know Zane just spends all his fucking like money on sweet treats. Like he's like a sweet treat guy. He's like, you want to get a sweet treat?
I always imagine Zane as being way too much into saving.
Like I think he would be really into saving, but he fumbles when it comes to sweet treats.
Yeah, he'd be the type of guy to get coupons.
Oh my god, he would be a coupon freak at the grocery store.
He never
going to the grocery store with him is like a mission. It's like fucking like he's like a god tier level.
He's got a list, and he priced out all the items online. And on his list, the total is at the bottom. And if it's a penny more,
total's at $2.03.
I'm not sure what happened. I was expecting to pay less than $1, and the total's just above $2. I am about to have a nervous breakdown. This is not good. All right. As crazy as this sounds, it really was like life and death. I knew what I needed to spend.
He like does the math in the line, you know?
Yeah.
He's really annoying to go grocery shopping with.
But like you get groceries for like $20 max.
Oh yeah, he knows all of them. I like to imagine Xavier spends most of his money on ordering food.
Oh, bro, Xavier's a fucking DoorDash king.
He's the DoorDash king.
He's a fucking Uber Eats DoorDash king.
I like to imagine he tried it at one point too. He was like, I'll DoorDash. That sounds like fun.
Like, I mean, he's got multiple degrees. It's like he's like fucking Edward Cullen with his fucking graduation.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, he's a DoorDash king though. He's got a regular DoorDash driver. You know, he's a local at all of the restaurants. You know, he goes to Chipotle and they already know what he's gonna get. That's where he spends most of his money.
He fucking orders canes every day.
I think we already touched on Raphael, but he definitely buys Temu shit. Like he
goes on TikTok and sees a TikTok shop ad of like a fucking face mask, and he's like,
he spends his money. He bought like a Bluetooth sleep mask.
Yeah.
You know, and it plays like white noise, but one of the speakers came broken, and he's like, it's good. It's good.
I definitely think what's like a stupid. Oh, he would buy like lingerie off of TikTok shop.
Oh my god,
like,
yeah.
I like lingerie ads right now, so it's like really weird.
Or like those razors. Remember those razors? He bought one of those for MC, and she was like, "Why did you buy me this?"
He's like, "So we can have girls' night." Like, I think he would get like, I think he would overconsume on like hair care and like skincare, like cosmetic type stuff. So him and MC can have like improve their bath time together, or like they would really go hard.
Target hates to see him coming.
They fucking hate seeing him.
I like to
cosmetics section. He's like, get this face mask, get this hairband, get this body butter, get this fucking this that.
I like also to imagine that he, you know, he's got this big house. And I like to imagine it's empty. It's like pretty empty. I imagine he doesn't have a lot of like furniture. So he sees something and he's like, I want to decorate this room. And he goes on Pinterest and he finds like room inspirations and he's like, I'm gonna do that.
Oh my god, he would love
and then it just never comes together. So he buys a shit ton of stuff for it, and it's like, yeah, I have a picture frame, but I haven't hung it up yet, so it's just kind of sitting on the floor, right? It's right where it's gonna go.
He would never hang up shit.
Oh. He's got a rug that's rolled up in the guest room that he's like, I'm gonna put it out eventually, but I have to move the bed and the dresser. It's like, Raphael, this has been sitting here for 6 years. You know, he's got shit like that. Like he buys a lot of stuff, but like it doesn't bother him. He's like, yeah, my house is pretty. There's a shit ton of stuff in it, but nothing that's like where it needs to be. You know?
Yeah.
He's
I definitely think that. I mean, I've seen pictures of his bedroom and then like the living room area. I think that's very beautiful and put together. His house is like my favorite. It's like shaped like a circle too, and it's like on a fucking island. Like, oh my god, he's so rich. But
his living room and his bedroom, but what does his basement look like?
Yeah, I don't even want to think about
like those are like the rooms that people see and then he spends time in. Yeah, they look great. His studio, his bedroom, his living room. And then you see like the upstairs guest room, bathroom.
His bathroom? Oh my god. You know the fucking Bond story where he tripped on the paintbrush? Mm-hmm. That's like fucking hospital. Mm-hmm. His bathroom? Oh my god.
A mess.
Cosmetics everywhere. Fucking paint stuff everywhere. It's like a fucking war zone in there.
Yeah, I just like to imagine, like I said, like the guest room, bathroom, you know, on the stuck in third floor has like a, you know, it's like there's a light fixture that's like still like sitting on the sink, you know? There's like there's no light in there, and there's just like a light fixture still in the box with like dust on it because it's been like 4 years since he.
The only reason why stuff would start getting slowly put together and put up is because of the MC.
Yeah.
The only reason why.
She'd have like family. Well, I guess she doesn't have family. She'd have a friend come stay the night. She'd come and have like a friend stay the night, and she'd be like, "You need a place for this." Like, what the fuck is this?
Or like his aunt Talia, because she's been coming more frequently. She would probably be like, "Dude,
what are you doing, man? Yeah.
What are you fucking doing, Thomas?"
Yeah, I just like to imagine. Yeah, he just has his 3 rooms, and he's like, I'm okay with this. I'm okay having just these 3 rooms that look nice, and then like the basement. Yeah, he's got a finished basement, but there's like just boxes still in there from when he moved
Raphael and capitalism, they're best friends. He is.
Oh my god, 100%. He is the consumer, 100%.
He is. He's like my mom.
Oh my god, yeah.
Best friend.
I imagine Silas doesn't spend much money. I imagine he's a pretty big saver. No, is he not? Does he spend a lot of money?
Yes. I imagine he's a collector. He has his own chef.
Yeah. We just
talked about this. He probably has a maid. He owns multiple properties and houses just in case if someone tries to fucking kill him in one of his properties. He has the next one to go to.
Okay, but that's the thing.
He's a mob boss, crime boss.
You're right. Like, no. I imagine he spends a lot of money on big things, but if he's at the grocery store and one of the kids was like, "Can I get a candy bar?" He'd be like, "No, we need to save." That's what I'm talking about. He'd be like, "But you just bought a new house," and he'd be like, "We need to save."
I think what it would be like. I think he spends a lot of money on like the MC and for his like his business practice. On all that, but I don't think he spends money on himself.
Yeah, like in his personal life, I can't imagine he spends.
Like the card where the MC and him do skincare. Like I can imagine that he never actually fucking did that shit for himself, and he actually started doing skincare and taking care of himself because of the MC.
Yeah, the shampoo he uses is like a 3-in-1.
Like I imagine the MC like fucking plucks his eyebrows for him.
Yeah,
like, I just you start getting.
That's not what I mean. That's more what I mean of like he doesn't spend a lot of money. He doesn't spend a lot of money on stuff for himself unless it's some weird thing. He's like, oh, I do want that money.
Yeah.
Caleb, I also imagine just spends money like a normal person.
Yeah, Caleb, I don't see Caleb doing anything crazy. I think he probably spends a lot of money. I think he goes to the grocery store weekly and multiple times in a week because he's a big chef. But I think he only does that when the MC is around.
The biggest thing that he spends money on is Fortnite skins.
Yeah, Fortnite skins, Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, he plays the shit out of a Marvel Rivals.
Do you think he would play like
he'd play Bucky? He'd play Bucky, and he'd be like, "That's."
I think he would play like.
Oh, you think he'd play League?
Like, I think he would be like a guilty pleasure.
Yeah. He'd have big opinions on Genshin.
Yeah.
You know? Or like yeah. Yeah,
I think he would play. I think he would spend money.
Yeah, Fortnite skins. He'd buy Fortnite skins, and he'd buy fucking you know.
He'd fucking loved Sabrina Carpenter's Fortnite skin.
Oh my god, he hasn't taken off that skin since he got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, but at the same time, the MC's the only person he's ever fucking got hard for, so I don't know.
That is true. Maybe Miku. Maybe Miku's the situation.
He got Miku.
Yeah, Miku.
You got Miku.
Yeah.
Can't believe it just said he's the only person that he's ever
Listen, that shit went for 5 hours, man. He was ready. He was ready, man.
He was fucking ready and ripped and ready to go.
Do you think Caleb has a Funko Pop collection?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Also imagine he spends a lot of money on Legos. Like, I imagine he gets his big military paycheck and is like, yes, this is fine. I can buy the UCS Millennium Falcon. And they're like, yeah, man.
Okay,
go for
cool.
it. Yeah,
Do you think he would have an MCU like figure collection like yours?
Oh, dude, yeah, he would love. I don't know. I feel like he would get like really expensive ones. He'd buy the new deluxe edition Anakin Skywalker Hot Toys with real hair. He'd buy that.
What?
Hot Toys. Hot Toys. Here's a picture of a Hot Toys. Hot Toys are great. You know that really expensive Star Wars figure I bought when I got my tax return back?
Yes.
You know, that's Hot Toys. They're great. They're like really expensive, but they're really high quality. He'd love those.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be like, yes, I want a Darth Vader Hot Toys. Give me Spider-Man Hot Toys. I want Batman. Yeah. Am I saying this because I like Caleb and Caleb would like the things that I like? Perchance.
I mean, like, I'm kind of the same with Raphael. I was like, Raphael would like Studio Ghibli because I like Studio Ghibli.
But also he like would. That makes sense.
But it makes sense for him.
Caleb is
it
a
makes
fucking...
sense that Caleb would like MCU.
He'd like nerd shit, yeah. Yeah. But I think he'd like it.
Maybe we just have things in like traits similar to our love interest. Like, I'm similar to Raphael in a lot of ways.
I'm clinically insane like Caleb.
I'm a dramatic piece of shit. Like, I'm a messy bitch like Raphael.
And I'm a mermaid.
I'm literally a mermaid. So,
yeah.
Watch out, guys.
Watch out, guys. Tail reveal. I'm 20 feet tall now.
Ooh, mobile games.
Oh my god.
Oh
my god, Zane would fuck up a Wordle.
Zane loves Wordle. He loves Scrabble.
Zane has had a Wordle streak since it dropped. He heard about it the day it came out, and he's got a fucking 5-year streak.
Yeah.
I think Xavier would be like, he'd be like, I play Fortnite mobile.
He plays Fortnite mobile.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's got Fortnite mobile. No. Xavier doesn't play mobile games because he always brings a Switch with him.
Yeah, he would bring his fucking DS and hope.
I have a Steam.
He'd be like, he would bring his 3D DS and hope like to find another player. Like, you know,
the Street Pass. Yeah, it happened to him one time because nobody still has a 3DS, and he never let that go.
he would get so excited for it.
Yeah, he'd be a big fan of like a Steam Deck. He'd be like, mobile games aren't real gaming. I play my Steam.
Yeah, for sure. Raphael plays Dressed to Impress with MC.
Oh, he plays Roblox on his phone?
Raphael? Yeah.
Yeah. I like to imagine Raphael fucking up some Candy Crush too.
Dude, Raphael get an iPad as like digital art or something? Would Raphael fuck with digital art? Would he morally think digital art is cool?
I don't think I think it would be a thing that he'd try, because again, like we were saying, he's a multi-talented guy. I think he would try it at some point. But I think he'd be like, I could see him having one of those like art pads that you like that feel like paper.
Yeah.
I feel like that would mess him up. I feel like that would mess him up because he'd be like, this doesn't feel real.
I don't know, because he has that weird relationship with paint. He makes all of his own paints. He doesn't believe in like actually like company built paint, you know, like industry paint.
I could see him having one of those for like on the go.
Yeah, maybe.
He'd be like, I'm gonna be away from my house for a month on this tour for my
like
art.
Going on an art adventure, but I don't know.
I mean, but no, he would fuck up Dressed to Impress. He'd play a shit ton of Roblox. I like to imagine he would play Dress to Impress by himself.
Yeah.
I like to imagine him on his couch.
He would start playing it with the MC just for her, and then he starts really liking it.
See, I even like it. He played it by himself and got an MC into it. That's a really, like, of him being like, listen, don't judge.
I mean, he is a doom scroller. I do think he's a doom scroller. I think he would find, like, clips of Vanilla Mace playing fucking Dress to Impress.
And he'd be like, I want to play this.
Queso playing Dress to Impress, and he's like, I gotta hop on.
Yeah. And then he'd go up to MC and be like, listen, don't judge me. And she'd be like, I love that game.
The game's fucking awesome.
They would have both been playing at the same time and not wanted to tell each other. And then they find out that both of them play it, and they're like, we gotta play.
For sure. I think MC would force him to play, like, Roblox horror games. Like the Mimic.
That's so funny. I like to imagine Silas plays Minecraft with, like, the kids.
Yes, bro.
Like, he doesn't really play games, but when he does, he only plays games on his phone for, like, the kids, you know?
Yeah.
I'll be like, I'll play Minecraft with you. I'll play Minecraft.
If you requested them to play a mobile game, he would do it.
Yeah. Yeah. But he'd have puzzle games on his phone too.
Oh yeah, like he gets bored.
Yeah, he'd play puzzle games.
Client and he's like bored as hell. He's like, I'm gonna play fucking Wordle. He would love that.
Games would Caleb play? I feel like Caleb would play like Cookie Clicker. You know those games that's just like
the one guy in high school you would see him, like you'd be sitting behind him in class and his laptop's out and he's just on fucking Cookie Clicker.
Yeah,
or he's like playing the fucking game with the dinosaur with hopping with no internet.
Yeah. I like to imagine he's a big Angry Birds fan.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, he plays older Doodle Jump, dude. Yeah, he plays like the typical mobile games. Yeah, big fan of.
I think like Flash games on the computer.
Yeah.
I think he would really fuck with Flash games, like Cool Math games.
He loved Cool Math in high school.
Yeah.
He's the reason Cool Math got banned in their high school.
I don't think any of the other guys would have played like Flash games on the computer because, like, well, Raphael, we don't really know much if he was like on like having a traditional high school experience.
Yeah.
Or Xavier, definitely not. Yeah. Zane, maybe.
No, Zane was too focused on school.
I think Zane was just too focused on school and being an academic weapon. I think Caleb and the MC were the only ones that would probably would have played.
They played the shit out of Fireboy and Water Girl.
Yes, bro.
Yeah. Caleb was always Fireboy. Yes. Caleb was always Fireboy except for one time he had to play Water Girl. And he was like, sucks.
All the lads guys would dance.
Bro, Xavier would be stupid stiff. But he wouldn't know what he's doing.
He would be like overly smooth. Or be like...
You think so?
Like a little bit tired with it.
True.
I think he would be overly smooth. I think if it was at the club, I think get a few drinks in Xavier, he'd loosen up.
Yeah. I think Zane's insanely good at dancing.
It would be like surprising.
He's really good somehow.
Like he gets like locks the fuck in.
Yeah, or like he'll be like, "How are you so good at dancing?" He's like, "Oh, I don't know. I went to school for dance." Like,
I took a couple dance classes in the past.
He's like, I learned
how to do some salsa and tango. You know.
He should. He'd be like, because again, the idea of like he just doesn't tell people what he does. Be like, Zane, how are you so good at dancing? He'd be like, oh, I did like a dance school thing for like how long? He'd be like, 6 years. Like, when did you go to dance school for 6 years?
Like, how did you? I mean, did you know that his parents? He has a brother, and it's a pet
I forget he has parents. Wait,
he has parents. He has actually a loving parents.
Wow.
And he has a brother that's a pet monkey.
That's great. That's great.
Eccentric, weird parents.
That's fucking incredible.
So I can imagine that they signed him up for like some like alternative type dance class for 6 years, and he got.
I like to imagine it was when he was in college, and he was in school for like fucking 10 years getting his doctorate, and he was like, yeah, every day after class I would go do dance classes, and it was like, Zane, you were in college for 10 years. He's like, oh, yeah.
You were in med school, volunteering at the hospital, working on a thesis.
How'd you have time for dance school? He goes, oh.
It was like a hobby. It was fun. It was a good way to release my energy and my stress. You know, it was like
I'd go dancing for 1 hour every day for 10 years. They'd be like, what the fuck? I think Raphael would throw it the shit back, dude. He would fucking throw it back.
Raphael, everybody thinks he's an extrovert. He's definitely an introvert because he hates talking to people that he does not fuck with.
Yeah.
He only likes Lemurians. He likes select few humans. So like, but get him in the club, get him a few drinks, get him comfortable.
He's absolutely
throwing it the fuck back to some fucking K-pop or something.
He would by the end of the night he would be shirtless on a stripper pole.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
He'd be like,
the tie is gone. The tie is over his eyes. He's blind.
yeah, dude. He's fucking he's going insane.
He's fucking.
And then he would. And then I like to imagine then the next is he made an Instagram post where he was apologizing for his behavior at the club. You know, he'd be like, guys,
the paparazzi took some photos of him. It went viral. Thomas is like, dude,
you gotta say something about this. You gotta stop. This is also like the 5th time this incident has happened.
Yeah, like it's like the 5th time. And Thomas is like tired of his shit. He's like, you gotta stop, dude. You gotta stop. You need to send out a statement now. And he's like, fine. And then Paul's like, I am so sorry for my lack of judgment.
Sorry for being that fucking cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I mean, I feel like we know Silas can't dance.
Silas?
Isn't that he can't dance, right? Like he tries, but he just can't. He's got no rhythm.
There's only like I think all of them can do a waltz and a slow dance with the MC, and like you just hold on each other, you walk around. I don't know, like it's not like crazy difficult. I feel like to like be able to slow dance unless it's like an actual like choreographed like traditional type.
I like to imagine, you know, MC and Silas, they danced and it was really bad, and he knew it was really bad. So then he took dance lessons, and then they danced again, and it was still really bad. But you could tell he was like trying, and MC was like, "No, you're doing good. Like you're doing good." You know, like he was like, you could tell like they're dancing, and the whole time he's looking at his feet and he's counting under his breath, and it's just like. God.
He's the guy at a concert that's always clapping off beat.
Oh my god, dude!
Can't find the beat.
Yes,
shit.
But he's really into it. Like he really tries.
He's like, yeah.
Yeah. He's trying his hardest. I feel like Caleb.
He loves music.
I feel like Caleb would be good at dancing, only because him.
I
and
think
MC
he would
played...
dance to Frat Boingo.
He'd do the frat flick.
You do the frat flip.
I like to imagine they danced.
He would go to a dive bar with his buddies from college, and like he would just do the frat flick.
Yeah, I imagine he'd be pretty good at dancing because him and MC played Just Dance as a kid.
Oh, for sure.
Like a ton.
Bitch, Rasputin is his shit.
He knows. Yeah, he can do one specific dance really well.
Yeah, I don't think he would be like amazing, but he knows like he has his dance and he can go fucking
He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's trying. He's trying his hardest, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
I do love the idea of him frat flicking to Chapel Roan. Like that one TikTok.
Big party club.
Oh my god, dude, yes.
Oh my god, that would be I think that's the only thing on my list that I think we can talk about everything on my list.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe I like Xavier a little more.
Huh?
I said maybe I like Xavier a little more.
Yeah,
maybe. Listen, you know, it's not for me. But good stuff. Yeah, there's some interesting. I'm sure we have more. Part 2?
Part 2? Maybe.
Part 2? If this video gets one like, I'll like the video. So we have to do another one.
Okay.
Yeah.
This video gets a single like, we might do another one. We might do another headcanons video. We might do another yap video.
I genuinely would like to do more. I think that could be fun.
I think that would be fun. This was fun.
Let's do, yeah.
Like, maybe, like, a new main story update, we talk about it or something, or, like...
Hey guys, thanks for watching if you made it this far. Also enjoyed the video in the back playing of my, like, photos and my gameplay, kinda. I really just simply wanted to show off and display my efforts in the game and just show off my Raphael desk. Anyway, my best friend and I really enjoyed recording this video and would love to do more if time allows. And we're thinking of doing a myth read through and getting our thoughts about the lore and possibly more headcanon videos. I hope you enjoyed more of the podcast style video and the more longer form of content. Anyway, expect more in the future possibly, and thanks for watching, and like and subscribe if you want to. Bye!